My name is Brad Jackson, and whether I'm flying airplanes or building pedals, I'm always learning. Join me, and together we'll expand our horizons. This is Jackson Audio. One year ago, we released the Golden Boy, and it has been by far our greatest selling product yet. We had a good feeling about it when we worked on it with Joey. We released it in the middle of the COVID lockdowns, and we thought to ourselves, man, it's a great pedal. It's either gonna make us or break us. Thankfully, it was our greatest hit we've ever done. So, there's something you don't know about this pedal, and I figure this is a great time of year to talk about it because we're coming up on Easter, and I had intended to hold on to this secret for 1 year and let you know on the next Easter that there is an Easter egg inside this pedal. What there is, and some people have already found this thing out because they got curious and looked around, but we haven't talked about it. It's not on the website, but inside the pedal, if you look right there, these two little trimmers right there. On the left, it's the presence control. On the right, it's a tone control. As they come from the factory, they're set at 12 o'clock, but you can adjust them up or down. If you turn them to the left, it gets darker. If you turn them to the right, it gets brighter. Both of them work in a similar way, but they work in different parts of the circuit, so they accomplish different things. So my advice to you is, now that you know about this little Easter egg that's inside the Golden Boy, experiment with it, try it, see what you think. We've had people say, oh, I think the Golden Boy is a little too bright, it's not for me. Well, if you take the presence control, kick it back a little bit, oh, it works pretty well, doesn't it? You can leave the EQ at 12 o'clock and you like the way it sounds. That is the reason why we put the trimmers in there. I like things to sound good at 12 o'clock because if it sounds great at 12 o'clock, that means I can boost or cut on either side of 12 o'clock and get where I want to be depending on the room, the guitar, the rig, etc. So what you can do is leave the EQ at 12 o'clock, adjust the presence control or the tone control inside the pedal, and it will EQ the pedal for you, make it fit your rig a little bit better, and still give you full authority on your EQ control. So that's the Easter egg that's inside the Golden Boy. I want to tell you very sincerely, don't take a number 2 Phillips screwdriver and just try to honk on those things. They are surface mount trimmers. They're delicate. They're not meant to be just like honked on. So if you're going to mess with it, be careful with it. Take your time. Get a tiny little screwdriver like you'd see for maybe, I don't know, something like this. Thank you, Josh. Something like this, a small guy. Don't get a big number 2 screwdriver. I've seen people do that and bad things happen. Don't use this. That won't work. Use something like this. Something like you'd use like you're trying to fix a phone or you're trying to fix, you know, something small electronics. Use something like that. It'd be very, very delicate and have fun, but don't go crazy. All right, there's the presence control at 12 o'clock. All right, we're gonna make it a little bit brighter. So to make it brighter, you turn it to the left. Again, tiny screwdriver. Should be a little bit brighter still. All right, there's as bright as the presence gets. Let's go all the way to extremes. Turn it fully to the right. It's gonna get super dark. This is typically where most people that who've discovered this feature take things. They want to make it just a little bit, you know, a little bit darker. So this is an extreme version of that. Still good and beefy, but it's just a little bit darker. So a lot of guys will kind of take the trimmer, turn it a little bit, take some edge off, and that seems to make them happy. So there's the presence control. Have fun, experiment with it, find your own setting. That's why we put these things in here, man, because we want you to find your sound. We try to give you all the options. And frankly, Easter eggs like this are a lot of fun because it's nice to have a product that's been on the market for a year. We've got thousands of them in the market in people's hands. And we can come back later on Easter Sunday and say, hey, thanks for buying our products. We actually did something for you you don't even know about. So have fun with it. Now your product's even more useful. So check that out. All right, now let's mess with the tone control here. Right now, the tone control, as it comes from the factory, is set at 12 o'clock. If I turn it to the right, it gets bright. Let's remind ourselves of what it sounds like before we mess with it. Straight up Stevie Ray Vaughan. Gonna take the tone trimmer and take it all the way to the left. This one's the opposite of the presence control. You roll this one left, it gets darker. All right, that's as dark as that gets. It's not a huge change. It's just a real subtle thing, but it's, as they say, the devil's in the details, and you can kind of tweak it and get it just the way you want it. Here it is at extremes. This is as bright as the tone trimmer gets. You can hear that hiss come up just a little bit too. So here you go. So there you go. There's the presence control and the tone control. Subtle changes, but good changes nonetheless. If you're trying to just get that last 5% dialed in, give it a go, play with it. Use an appropriate size screwdriver and be careful. These are service now components. Don't hang on them. Don't let your kid just, twist on it with a screwdriver. But treat it with respect, and if you mess it up, we're gonna take care of you. We always do. Ben Balance is the guy that handles all our repairs, all support. So if you have trouble with it, if something goes wrong, please call us. We will make it right. If we can't fix it, I'll send you a brand new one, because that's how we roll. I don't want you having anything but great things to say about us. So if there's a problem, we're gonna make it right. If we can't make it right, give you a new one. My producer and director, Josh, brought up a really great point. He said, hey, why don't you tell people what the Golden Boy does? The Golden Boy is an overdrive pedal. It is a very flat type of overdrive pedal. It's like a blues breaker, king of tone, that kind of a vibe. Doesn't have the mid hump like a Tube Screamer has. It's real flat. Think John Mayer tones. That's kind of the vibe behind this kind of circuit. 3-band active EQ. It's also got a boost on it with 4 EQ options. There's 4 clipping diode options on the overdrive side, and our industry first gain cycle feature where you press both foot switches at the same time and it'll ramp the volume or ramp the gain up in 25% increments. Has MIDI control. Just a phenomenal pedal. It sounds great. It's just it was a breakout product for us. It's done better than we could have hoped. And Joey Landreth was spot on when he said, hey Brad, I like the Broken Arrow, but I'm not a Tube Screamer guy. Can you make me one that's like a blues breaker, king of tone vibe? I said, sure. And I have to tell you, this pedal went through exactly 1 prototype phase and immediately went into production. We nailed it first time, sounds great. There were no revisions. It was perfect right out of the gate. So kudos to Joey for having a great idea, and I guess kudos to my team for implementing and making it happen and producing one of the greatest overdrive pedals in the industry. So thanks guys. Hope you enjoyed today's episode on the Golden Boy and the Easter egg that has inside of it. Happy Easter to each of y'all. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week. As always, Ask Jackson. Get on our website, fill out the form for Ask Jackson. We'll send you a pedal. If we pick your question and answer on the air, we will send you a pedal of your choice for free. So please get on there and give us your best questions. We'll get back to you, and we get some help. You get a pedal. It's a win-win for both of us. So guys, thank you so much for watching. It's such a pleasure to do this, and we're looking forward to seeing you next week on the Jack Sunday Show. Take care.